Right now, somewhere on Earth, a voice is echoing from a rooftop. Because of the way time zones wrap around the globe, the Islamic call to prayer, the Adhan, never actually stops. It is a continuous, unbroken wave of sound rolling across the planet, 24 hours a day. To understand the weight of that global echo, we return to a time of absolute silence. We have to look at the harsh, unforgiving landscape of ancient Mecca, long before massive speakers and tall minarets existed. In this society, human beings could be bought and sold. Bilal ibn Rabah was born into this system. He was an enslaved man, owned by a powerful and ruthless elite named Umayyah ibn Khalaf. Bilal had no societal status, no wealth, and no legal voice. He was treated as property. Then a powerful new message began circulating through the city. It spoke of Islam and a single unseen God. For Bilal, the concept of one supreme creator completely dismantled the authority of the stone idols worshipped by his masters. He recognized the truth in it, and he accepted the faith in secret. Mecca was a city built on elite bloodlines and immense tribal wealth. For a slave to claim ownership of his own mind and choose his own belief system independent of his master was the ultimate act of rebellion. When Umayyah discovered Bilal's new faith, he decided to make a brutal public example of him. He dragged Bilal out of the city, forcing him into the lethally hot environment of the midday desert. Umayyah forced Bilal down onto the scorching, blisteringly hot sand. He then ordered his men to place a massive boulder directly onto Bilal's chest, pinning him to the ground and slowly crushing the breath out of his lungs. The demand was straightforward. All Bilal had to do was verbally curse this new religion, announce his submission to Mecca's idols, and the agonizing weight would be immediately lifted. But Bilal refused to yield his voice. Gasping for air under the crushing weight of stone and the heat of the sun, he repeated a single word: Ahad, Ahad, one God. This agonizing standoff continued until Abu Bakr, a close companion of the Prophet Muhammad, finally learned of the torture. Abu Bakr immediately approached Umayyah and used his own wealth to purchase Bilal at a massive premium, specifically to break his chains and grant him total freedom. Bilal survived the rock and the sand. His endurance proved a reality that the elites of Makkah could not ignore. Physical force could no longer dictate what a human being chose to believe. True freedom was internal, and Bilal had secured his. Bilal migrated with the early Muslim community to the oasis city of Medina. Free from persecution, the community began to rapidly expand. With that rapid growth came a severe logistical challenge. Without modern tools, clocks, or localized neighborhood mosques, the community desperately needed a centralized way to synchronize daily prayers across a sprawling, busy city. Several companions proposed borrowing methods from surrounding empires. Some suggested ringing a bell, similar to Christian traditions. Others proposed blowing a horn, mirroring Jewish practices. But the Prophet rejected these ideas. The community needed a signal entirely distinct, something unique to their own identity. Solving this crisis required them to step away from imitation. They needed to invent a completely novel institutional marker to call the faithful together. The breakthrough arrived through a companion named Abdullah ibn Zayd. He experienced a vivid dream where a man taught him the precise vocal phrases of a new spoken call to prayer. He relayed the dream to the Prophet, who confirmed it as true guidance. The exact sacred words of the Adhan were now permanently set. The phrasing was finalized. Now they needed a specific human instrument capable of projecting those words across the rooftops of Medina. The Prophet chose Bilal. He was selected for the natural, resonant power of his voice, but more importantly, for the proven, unbreakable weight of his conviction. This task, which would define the community's daily rhythm, was entrusted not to a wealthy noble, but to a former, marginalized slave. At the break of dawn, Bilal climbed to the absolute highest vantage point near the simple mosque in Medina. His unchained voice pierced the open air of the city for the first time. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. The exact same voice that had been violently pinned into the sand under a boulder, the voice that was tortured for merely whispering its faith, was now openly commanding the attention of the entire city. In this moment, the community saw a new standard take hold. Honor was being measured by character and conviction, rather than the tribal status that had dominated their world for generations. Bilal ibn Rabah eventually passed away, but his specific method of vocalizing faith, his call, never stopped. Over 14 centuries, that single rooftop call expanded across the world. It morphed from the dusty streets of Medina into the daily soundtrack for billions of people today. Every time the Adhan rings out anywhere on earth, it carries the echo of a man in the scorching desert who refused to let go of the truth in his heart.